In this video, we're going to take a look at Punnett squares and how to create them and read their probability. What you see here on the right-hand side is a Punnett square. It's named after Reginald C. Punnett, who devised this approach. The whole point of it is to help us determine the probability of an offspring having a particular genotype. But don't worry about probability and mathematics. There will be just a few simple things here. The number of ways it can occur divided by the total number of outcomes. There are 4 total outcomes that you can see here in the box. So that means if you see your outcome 0 out of 4 times, then that's a 0% chance it's going to occur. 1 out of 4 times would be 25%. 2 out of 4, which is a half, 50, 3/4, 75%. 4 out of 4, 100%. Remember, you can pause the video at any time as you're writing things down in your notes. So the Punnett square over here on the right-hand side is going to show how alleles are expected to be distributed. So let's say that we have 2 parents, and these are parent plants, and it says the top of the Punnett square shows one parent's alleles for this trait, capital F and capital F. And the left-hand side shows the other parent's alleles. Let's say this parent's alleles are lowercase f. Now we can see that purple flowers are dominant to white flowers because of the key here letting us know that. So here we have a homozygous dominant flower, 2 capital F's, and we're going to cross it or breed it with 2 lowercase f or homozygous recessive flower. Let's see what happens on the inside. We're going to take the letters and combine them together. They could inherit this parent's dominant allele and this parent's recessive allele and have one of each. This one and this one would make the same exact thing. This one and this one, same. And finally, this one and this one, same. So if we look at the probability, it looks like the probability of this cross producing purple flowers is 100%, and the probability of it producing white flowers is 0%. And it looks like the only possible genotype you could get when crossing these two is a heterozygous, a capital and a lowercase. Let's take a look at another example. In cats, the tabby color pattern, like you see here in the picture on the left, is actually dominant, and the black hair color is recessive. We're going to list all the possible genotypes and the probability of the phenotypes that are possible when crossing 2 heterozygous cats. So first of all, heterozygous means that there is one of each. There's a dominant and a recessive allele. So parent 1 will be capital lowercase. And we know that since dominant is going to take over the phenotype, it's going to show that dominant trait. It's going to be tabby color. Let's go ahead and put those letters there. The other parent is also heterozygous. It says we're crossing 2 heterozygous cats. So we're going to place the other one on this side. Now we're going to fill in the inside. So here we have 2 capital A's. Here we could inherit a capital and a lower. Here we could inherit a capital and a lower. And here we could inherit a lower. So what are the probabilities? What are the possible genotypes? The possible genotypes, it looks like all 3 are possible. How often do the phenotypes show up? Tabby is going to show up 3 out of 4 because these 3 all have a dominant allele in them, so the dominant trait will show. So 3 out of the 4 possibilities, that'd be 75% probability their offspring will be tabby, but there is a 1 out of 4 or 25% chance probability that the offspring could be black, and it looks different from the parents.